Hello student. Today we are going to see some of the important reactions of p block elements. We have already discussed two other important aspects of this chapter. One was structure. We seen all the structures of this chapter. We learned how to draw the structure of oxoacids of phosphorus, oxoacids of sulfur. That we have done. In the next part we have done all the reasoning questions, and some of the listening questions you can also try yourself because the portion is very vast. The reasoning questions can be asked from any part, so the portion is very vast, but I have given most of important questions list so that you can find out. Now here we are going to start the third aspect of this chapter, that is reaction. Sometimes the questions are asked what happens when this and this treated, or they can be given an incomplete reaction and you have to complete the reaction, so that can be given. And always keep one thing in your mind, then whenever you are writing the equations in inorganic chemistry, especially p block and d block, then the reaction should be balanced. If equation is not balanced, then the marks may be deducted. It is not compulsory in organic portion, but here it is very necessary, and you have to write all the products and byproducts. Whatever products and byproducts are formed, you have to write all of them. So please keep in mind, and here we are going to discuss some of the important reaction. So let us start. First equation: ammonium chloride reacts with sodium nitrite and it gives nitrogen gas, H2O and NaCl. Simple reaction. Reaction is balanced. This reaction is for the preparation of sodium chloride and nitrogen gas also be prepared. Second reaction is the example of decomposition, thermal decomposition, where ammonium dichromate is heated and you are getting nitrogen plus water plus chromic oxide. This is also very important reaction for the preparation of nitrogen gas. Next, third equation, silver chloride reacting with liquid ammonia and one coordinated complex is formed. The name of this complex is diamine silver chloride. Diamine silver chloride. This is colorless. Fourth equation, copper metal reacts with dilute nitric acid and then concentrated nitric acid. The main product that will copper nitrate is same in both the cases, but where is the difference? Difference is there. NO and NO2. NO means nitric oxide and NO2 means nitrogen dioxide. So in both the cases you have to learn it that with dilute nitric acid NO will form and with concentrated nitric acid NO2 will form. So in this case you have to learn this. Next, sixth equation is there. Sixth equation is again the reaction of metal with dilute and concentrated nitric acid. So we can see that zinc nitrate is formed and water is formed, and in case of dilute nitric acid N2O, dinitrogen oxide is formed, and in case of concentrated nitric acid nitrogen dioxide is formed. So you have to keep in mind in which reaction what will be the byproduct. These two reactions are important. Next है, when iodine is reacting with nitric acid, iodine is a non-metal. When it reacts with acid, it forms iodic acid, that is HiO3 plus nitrogen dioxide plus 4H2O will be formed. I hope that you all learn and you know how to balance the equation, so there is no need. Then sulfur nitric acid reaction, you will be getting sulfuric acid, nitrogen dioxide plus 16H2O. So these reactions are very important. The next reaction phosphorus. This is elemental phosphorus P4. It is reacting with nitric acid and it is forming phosphoric acid, nitrogen dioxide and water. The next 11th reaction. Here it is given NO3 minus. This is nitrate ion. It is reacting with Fe2 plus ion with acid and it is forming NO plus 3 Fe3 plus 2H2. This reaction is nothing but the test of nitrate ion that you have already done in qualitative analysis, where the brown ring is formed when we are treating the salt with freshly prepared ferrous sulfate, and then when you are reacting this with sulfuric acid, you will be getting one brown color ring. That ring is appeared in the bottom of the test tube. So sometimes the question asked, in the qualitative test of nitrate ion, which substance is formed as brown ring? So you have to write the answer. The formula is given. You have to write the formula. This is also a coordination compound. The next next equation, that is equation number 12, is very important. It is given in your NCERT question also. What happens when phosphorus reacts with dilute alkali? Means sodium hydroxide and water. These two are reacting and they are forming sodium hypophosphite and pH3. What is pH3? It is a phosphine gas. It is a poisonous gas. It has rotten fish smell. This particular gas is formed. One more reaction is there when the calcium phosphide reacting with water and calcium phosphide is reacting with HCl, the product will be changed. With water it will form calcium hydroxide, with HCl it form calcium chloride, but this is the reaction to form phosphine gas. The question number 15 is there, when PCl5 reacting with water, it is forming phosphorus oxychloride plus HCl, and again this phosphorus oxychloride is reacting with water to form phosphoric acid and HCl is formed. Okay. The next question, copper sulfate reacting with phosphine gas to form copper phosphide and sulfuric acid. Next is phosphorus, equation number 17. Equation number 17, when phosphorus is reacting with SOCl2. What is SOCl2? It is thionyl chloride. It is forming PCl3 plus SO2 plus S2Cl2. What is S2Cl2? It is sulfur chloride. Sulfur chloride. Then again the reaction is given, phosphorus reacting with SO2Cl2. Then it is forming PCl5 plus sulfur dioxide gas is formed. The question number 21 is most important reaction. Can you guess what type of reaction is this? When H3PO3 is heated, it gives H3PO4 plus PH3. This equation we have already discussed in the NCERT questions. What happens when H3PO3 is heated? So the answer is, when the H3PO3 is heated, it undergoes disproportionation reaction. Here you can see that phosphorus has 3 different type of oxidation states. So this is the perfect example of disproportionation reaction. So this is also very important. The very next equation, equation number 22, is also very important. What happens when Fe3 salt is reacting with sulfur dioxide? This is also the question of NCERT. Okay, so this is very important. Equation number 24 is there. Here HCl is reacting with oxygen and CuCl2, in presence of CuCl2, and what happens? Then chlorine gas is formed and water is the byproduct. So these are the some important equations. This is the first part. So today that is all. Thank you so much.